Coming up, chaos on the roads tonight when we can expect this snow to move out. Holding on tight, why the owner of an East Grand Forks diner says he's being harassed. Plus, keep refreshing that bank account. Your stimulus check could be deposited tonight. Valley News Live at 10 starts right now.
Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
Good evening, everyone. We're going to pull up a live look at conditions right now in Fargo. This will be on University there near I-94. It is really messy out there. The snow, our first alert weather team has been preparing you for, hit the valley around noon today, and it hasn't let up since. The snow has led to crashes up and down the Red River Valley. Our crew has been following up on accidents all evening. Vehicles are spinning out, rolling over, one driver running right into a stop sign in Moorhead. Troopers tell us many people are driving way too fast for the obviously slippery conditions. Let's send it right over to meteorologist Nathan Hopper for what we can expect the rest of the night and for your morning commute. Nathan?
Yeah, thanks, Stacey. Here's a look at University Drive from a more elevated angle. This from our tower cam here in South Fargo. You can see the roadways with the snowfall on them and the slippery conditions. You can even visually see for the on-ramp there onto I-94. And I've seen I've been watching the cars on I-94. They've been moving very slowly, very delicately there across the bridge over University. So if you are still planning on heading out tonight, please be careful, as I do expect those roadways to remain slippery overnight and even into your Wednesday morning commute. Here's a look at some of the snowfall reports we've gotten so far. I, of course, want to emphasize the so far in this particular case. I do expect more to come in as the snowfall winds down overnight tonight. But in Fargo so far, 2 inches, 1.5 in Grand Forks. Our friends in Ashby, 2.5 inches. Edgeley, 2 inches. West Fargo, 1.25 inch. And Aberdeen, 3 inches so far. Here's those road conditions. The pink you see there is the snow-covered roadways. The yellow is those icy spots on the roadways. So definitely a dangerous situation there across Minnesota as well. The pink indicates snow on those roadways and a lot of plows out there in Minnesota. But of course, Stacey, the question everyone's been asking me on Facebook, on email, texting, when will it end? I've got the answer coming up. But the bad news is there may still be some impacts into tomorrow morning as well.
All right. Well, you know, we can't wait for that answer. It seems like it has been snowing all day.
Because it probably has been. Since noon, yeah.
Thanks, Nathan. Well, new tonight at 10, an East Grand Forks diner has been suspended and issued a cease and desist order. The Minnesota Department of Health says in 2 inspections this month, they found that Joe's Diner was open for in-person dining. A waitress was not wearing a mask, and there were no signs reminding customers to wear masks. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley spoke with the owner of the diner tonight, who tells us he's not done fighting.
I would love to open up. I want to be open. I was open. You know, it's hard, though, because they are literally harassing me.
Joe Bushaw says he was only open for in-person dining from December 16th to the 22nd, after he says he and the Attorney General's office came to an understanding.
Once you have complied, your license will be reinstated. Well, I was already complying by then, so my license never really got taken.
And as for right now, Bushaw says Joe's Diner will stay takeout orders only until January 11th, when Governor Tim Walz's executive order against bars and restaurants is supposed to be lifted.
It cannot be extended. Cannot. It should not have been extended from the 22nd.
Bushaw says, unfortunately, the diner's sales aren't doing well right now.
People just don't want breakfast to go, and I get it.
However, he says he thinks they made enough during those 6 days to make it to January 11th.
People were extremely generous those couple days we were open, to the point where it got them through the month.
But Bushaw says if Walz extends the order again, he says he fears he'll become like many other Minnesota businesses who have been forced to shut their doors for good.
I do not want that to be me. I don't want it to be them either. I don't want it to be anybody. But you know, I mean, the ones who are holding on tight, I just hope that we can make it through.
In East Grand Forks, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Bushaw says the Department of Health's claim that his staff members were not wearing masks is untrue. The health department has served similar orders at 2 other restaurants. It led to a lockdown overseas, and now it's officially here. The new highly contagious COVID variation has been confirmed in a Colorado man in his 20s. He's now recovering in isolation and has no travel history. The CDC tonight is expressing concern over already strained healthcare resources. Tomorrow in Grand Forks, you can get a rapid antigen test for free. The tests are happening at the Columbia Mall and the Grand Cities Mall, both tomorrow and Saturday. The test is a nasal swab. Children and adults can be screened, and you'll be notified of your results by text within 15 minutes. However, this testing is only for people without symptoms. Organizers urge you to stay home if you're sick. The second round of economic stimulus payments are now on the way. The Treasury Department says some Americans may receive the money through direct deposit as early as tonight. Paper checks will start going out in the mail tomorrow. Payments will continue into next week. Eligible Americans will receive a one-time payment of up to $600 per person, $1,200 for married couples. Some families with children will get up to $600 for each qualifying child. A bill to increase those payments to $2,000 per person is stalled in the Senate, but received support from more than 40 House Republicans last night. North Dakota's sole vote in the House, recently re-elected Kelly Armstrong, voted against the bill. He said today the bill has serious flaws, adding, "Even if we had unlimited amounts of money, I would not support giving everyone money, regardless of their being impacted by the pandemic or not." He says we need to provide targeted relief to those in need. The COVID relief bill also extends unemployment benefits by $300 per week for 11 weeks. However, much of North Dakota's computing software comes before the first Bush administration, so they're experiencing some delays. The software not only dates back to the 80s, so far back that North Dakota needed to look internationally for contractors who can still oversee the coding. Outlined in the governor's budget are more than $100 million in tech improvements, including moving to the cloud, but that budget still needs to be approved by lawmakers.
You could go back over each biennia and say that, yes, it would have been a high priority, but funding was tight and there was, another project was much more critical at the time. And those cases do arise.
The COVID bill also sets aside $13 billion for ag producers. According to Senator John Hoeven, the money will be used to find direct payments on a case-by-case basis like the first bill. It'll also fund interstate shipping grants to help producers move products. Farmers should reach out to the Farm Service Agency to learn more about how to apply for aid.
They will need to contact their FSA local office. Most of them are pretty good at that. They've already did that through the first round of COVID relief funding.
The bill also allocates money toward ag research funding to colleges like NDSU to research how to produce better yields. Well, still ahead tonight, how a North Dakota father is not only impressing his toddler, but also bringing his community together.
And you can see the snow showers still pushing their way across the Red River Valley with some heavier snow at this hour, even there through the Aberdeen area. Now, as we look ahead to the hourly forecast in Fargo, a little hint to when I think it's going to end. Look between midnight and 2 a.m. We'll let you know what to expect tonight, next.